we've been members here about 5 years. We moved down from Illinois, and we answered an ad on the internet for a home we wanted to look at. And it was sponsored by another lady of the congregation who shall remain nameless, but her initials are Deb Martin. So we came down here to look at a house, and as Deb found out we were Lutheran, she forgot about selling us a house and started telling us about this great church she was a member of, St. Andrew. To the extent that later on I shared with Pastor Paul that if Deb would have just shut up about her church and sold me a house, we could have got started a little earlier, but we won't go into that. But when we did attend one of the services here at St. Andrew, it was an entirely different welcoming than we'd ever been experienced. And we were prior military, so we'd been to many Lutheran congregations, but there was such a wonderful warming sensation. And once we became members, what we found out about St. Andrew's was there's basically 3 different churches here, depending on which service you attend. However, they're all really good people, and one of the best ways to jump into St. Andrew's is all the programs they offer, just find one that suits you and jump in. In our case, Deb was just starting up a program to feed people, a community feed called Seconds. So we thought that might be kind of a hoot, so we started off with that, and you really get to know people when you work with them in the kitchen. When they're sweating and tempers are a little short, their nature's revealed, and I liked what I saw, okay? Well, then shortly thereafter, the opportunity accorded itself that we could serve coffee and donuts. Well, at that time, Pastor John was just starting his tenure here, and along with the philosophy the church adopted here, which was love God, love others, and make disciples, I kind of married it with a slightly irreverent streak I have, and I thought, love God, love others, make disciples, and serve them coffee and pastry. What a wonderful amalgamation of things. So we started doing that, and one of the things that we truly enjoy about that aspect of our ministry is you get to meet all the people, see all the little kids, and children nowadays are they're kind of got that social filter that they're kind of hesitant to talk to big people, okay, until they get to know you. And then they'll come up and they'll go, well, I have to ask permission for this donut. And I'll kind of put on my and I'll go, well, did Mom actually say you had to ask permission? Or did she say that you should go up and observe the social graces? So we kind of do that a little bit too. But as far as church membership here at St. Andrew, it's a wonderful congregation. It's a fine church home. I can't say that more sincerely.
We really enjoy St. Andrew. I really enjoy, I work in the kitchen. I come in early and help with the cooking, and got to know a lot of the ladies, and it's just been a lot of fun. I really look forward to it. I enjoyed the donuts too, and meeting people that are we go to 8 o'clock service, but all the other people too. It is just, it's a lot of fun. You get to know them, and you can't meet too many people. You can't, it's just really enjoyable.
One of the really nice things about Seconds is it derives its name from, if there's any seconds, we pack it up and take it home.
The people do.
The people do, yeah. The attendees, not the staff, okay? However, the staff does get to eat.
Yes.
Which is, and we're like all Lutherans. If we meet,
we got to eat.
We're going to eat one way or the other, But if anybody wants to join that Seconds outfit, I got dibbies on the pots and pans and the trash takeout, okay?
And the ice.
And the ice, okay? However, multitasking what it is, I can delegate some of those responsibilities to others, okay? So what I would encourage everyone is to take a look at your time schedules, and we all deal with many things in life now that thankfully the young people have to deal with, and I don't because I'm an old dog. But if you have a little time, and even if you can't actually participate in the service work, come and have a meal with us, or stop by and have a cup of coffee. We have juice, we have tea, we have water. Some of us even bring in little chocolate treats and then walk around and try to tempt people. no offense, Pastor Mark, but you need to be a little less obvious on that aspect of it. Okay? And of course, we have Pastor John, who can't live without caffeine. Okay? And I think half the staff too, And if I was really ornery, once in a while I would put the decaf sticker on the real one. But I figured between caffeine and the Holy Spirit, whatever we can do to get people fired up, we ought to do it, right? If you look at the 6 words of love God, love others, and make disciples, to me, that is the finest encapsulation, if I can use a $3 word, short of John 3:16. Okay? Because it puts it in unbridled, everyday, barefoot language, what we should be doing. Okay? Now, how we're motivated to do that, there's some days I wake up and I can look in the mirror and I go, this is the day the Lord hath made, let us rejoice and be glad in it. And there's days I wake up and I cock one eye open and I go, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us be, thanks a lot. So, on a scale of from 1 to 10, God is at work at St. Andrew through many different ministries, through such things that I don't even begin to realize. My philosophy is when I come into worship, if I can home in on one little grain and take it out into the community, then I can practice love God, love others, and make disciples. It works for me on days when my head's on straight. And when it isn't, that's why we have all the support staff here at St. Andrew.
I first got involved in ushering years ago when I was asked to volunteer by someone, and got on that team. They, a few years later, actually moved, and I ended up kind of taking over that team and have been involved in it ever since. And thinking about asking to volunteer, really right now I'm putting out to anybody, if you feel that there is something that you could do or would like to do, consider yourselves asked to volunteer right now, because there are a multitude of things that can be done. There's ushers, greeters. We've got what I call Jared's job jar. We've got CR. We've got seconds. We've got just a lot of other things that don't have to list, but that I'm sure you can find. And on any of these different things, don't ever think we have enough people. You've never seen a book about having too many Indians. Chiefs, yeah, not too many Indians. So I think, that would be an important thing. To me, what I get out of it is just, have fun, meet a lot of people who maybe you didn't know were members, the ones that go to a different service. So when you do see them, you think they're visiting, and that's not the truth. They're really members here that are involved as well. So you get to do that. You get to really just get a sense of satisfaction for yourself on doing something that can mean a lot to you in a lot of different ways. I've been involved in a number of different things and, have learned something virtually every time. Being involved in things makes here at St. Andrew a place that you belong rather than just a place that you come to on Sundays. I can think of one occasion when somebody came to me and said that they had this idea that they had taken into the office any number of times, but nothing ever happened with it. And I told them, I said, well, they have a lot of stuff to do. If you go in there, change your approach a little bit, because you've got a great idea on what you want to do and you've got it all thought out and planned out, but go in there and say, this is what I'd like to do, they'll help you all over the place to get it done. Anytime you're sitting there thinking, how did that happen? Who does that? Find out, because the opportunity's there. And if you're thinking about it to that point, then the next step is easy. And that's just asking asking Jared, asking Lane, asking Pastor Mark, asking Pastor John, Tony, Barb, whoever, they'll know.
So a few years ago, I had the opportunity to work alongside of the staff to help with the design and the general look of our Stay campus. That morphed into having an opportunity to serve on the leadership board for the last 2 years, and then now going forward, I have the pleasure of serving on the leadership board for the next 2 years. And also, with that, working with staff alongside projects at our main campus and just really using my gifts to serve the Lord, serve the campus, and work with other people. So in 1 Peter 4, God calls us to use whatever talents, whatever gifts we have, whether that's financially, whether that's your gifts, your talents, your abilities, and He calls us to use those to serve other people and to serve the community and to serve Him. And so by doing all of this, I am fulfilling that purpose. So as a family, serving the church and serving God, we haven't really found a perfect way to balance that. I can tell you, though, it's worth it, and it's worth by leading your children by example. And if you're struggling with that decision on adding something to your schedule, I'd encourage you to start small and see where it takes you from there.
I enjoy volunteering because it allows me to use the gifts that I've been blessed with to help others, to take care of things that some people may not be able to help with. It's an enjoyable thing for me because I know not everyone can do what I'm able to do, and I know that it's a big help for those that may not have the abilities that I have to be able to do certain things. And it allows me to give back and to help others, and knowing that, I may need to help someday, and there may be someone out there that can help me to do something that I'm not able to do. So being able to help others is always a good thing, and always brings, a good feeling to people like me whenever we're able to help out in areas and use our expertise and knowledge. It's volunteering in church has been able to help me to meet new people, meet people that I see around the church that I haven't had a chance to talk to or to get to know or know their names or stuff like that. And so it allows me to be able to be involved more and to meet those that I see every week but don't know their name. And it's fun. It's able to interact with more people and to get to know more people and just be able to be a part of the church and be able to do more and to be involved more and to be able to have fun and to be with others and that have a common goal to get things done and to help out where we can and to be a blessing to others and to spread our knowledge and maybe be able to teach others and help others in ways that we never thought we'd be able to, and to just to come together and to have fun and enjoy our time with others.